So the aim is for today's video, we're going to be creating a cylinder shape, but the whole purpose is demonstrating curved shading. Okay, so we're going to start off with a fresh page, and we are going to be, first of all, drawing a cylinder. Okay, and the cylinder needs to have this kind of oval, squashed oval shape at the top, what we call as an ellipse. Then use a ruler to draw the edge of the cylinder, and if you can, measure it. So if I'm going to do 2.5 centimeters on this side, I'm going to make sure I've got 2.5 centimeters on this side. Okay, and what we want to recognize is that this ellipse is then imitated at the bottom, and the reason we do that is because then you've got that curved shape at the bottom as well. Once you've done the curve shape, you can rub this section out, because we don't want, at this stage, we want it to not look see-through. We want it to look like a cylinder. And what I want you to recognize is the next stage is going to be shading. So if you want to pause the video and do the cylinder shape, that's absolutely fine. Obviously you can do yours slightly bigger, so that you're using more of your page. So pause the video so that we can all have a go at doing this. Now, once you've done this, what you want to do is divide this cylinder into 4. So we've got half at the bottom. We've got, then make another half to get 2/4, and then like this. So there should be 4/4 to divide the cylinder, and this will help in the shading element in a moment. Now, before we start to shade, you want to recognize that the cylinder is curved. So we're going to put some guidelines in, and again, we're going to imitate that curve that we've already imitated with the ellipse, because we want to recognize it's a curved shape. Now, once you've done that, what you want to do is shade 100%, but very lightly. So what I'm going to do is just show you. I'm shading very lightly, 100%. I'm not pressing hard all over. Now you're going to take yours slightly longer, so there's no gaps. And what you will do is make sure it's even, no gaps, and as those guidelines will help you curve. All right, everybody can do this. It's just one layer of shading that shows that it's curved. Now, if you can do that, that's actually a grade 3 at GCSE, because what you're saying is I can draw something that's 3D, which is a cylinder, and then I can also show that the item is curved by having that one layer of curve. Okay. How do we get to the next stage? Well, basically, your second layer is going to be 75%. So therefore, if you have a look at these markers now, this is where they come in handy, is I want to do 3/4 of this cylinder, so 3 of these lines. So I'm going to start to shade, again, 3 layers. I'm going to do mine very quickly. You're going to have shorter strokes, and each time making sure that it's curved all the way up, right to the edge, leaving that one section there that's not going to be shaded. All right, and you're going to do it, make sure that it's right to the edges as well. Okay, now imagine if the light was coming, that this whole layer down here would not be touched. So I've done 75%, so 2 layers. My next layer, my third layer, is going to be 50%. So if you remember, halfway, so I'm not going to shade any more than half, all the way up. Okay, and again, making sure that you're not leaving any gaps in that third layer. I'm hoping you can start to see that this side is starting to get darker now. I'm not actually pressing harder. Now the final layer is going to be 25%, which is going to be on this layer here. And again, I'm not pressing harder. I'm literally just pressing the thin layer that I had in my first 100%. And what that does is you're gradually allowing thin layers. So the furthest away will have 1 layer, then the middle layers will have 2 and 3 layers, and the final end will have 4 layers, which gives that graduation of light to dark on a curved surface. And this would actually be a grade 5 at GCSE. And what you might want to do is tidy it up a little bit, get rid of those markers now that you've finished the shape. And what you might want to also do is think about is having a thin leg at the top just to finish that shape off. So have a go yourself of creating a cylinder shape with a curved shading to achieve a grade 5.